if there's nothing else I've learned in my leadership journey, is that when you have the opportunity to help others to grow and to learn, you should pass it on.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Culture Zone, produced by Insight Global Collaborative Group. I am your host and founder of IGC, Cara Boys, and joining me is a very special lady, Mrs. Alison Browne-Ellis, CEO of Payce Digital, a member or subsidiary company of Cape Shepherd and Co. Alison, how are you? And thank you so much for joining.
I am so well, Cara, and thank you so very much for having me. It's really a pleasure to be here, and I'm looking forward to our discussion.
Yes, I am too. And this particular topic, especially because we are diving right into purpose. And I know that's a big topic for you. That's a topic that I've heard you share on numerous occasions. But most importantly, as a leader, as a corporate leader, it is a topic that I've seen you walk out in your leadership journey. And I'm so looking forward to everything that you're going to share with the audience today. But before we jump into that big topic, tell us a bit about yourself. Let them get to know Alison, who doesn't know Alison, about your
Oh,
leadership journey and so forth.
oh, wow. Okay, thank you. I don't know how much time you've allocated for this, so I'm gonna try to summarize my leadership journey, but just a little bit about me before I get into the leadership journey. As you know, I'm also an author of the book Life Lessons: A Purpose-Driven Leadership Journey. So there you go. Go figure, that fits right into the topic for today. I'm also somehow that led me to a journey of motivational slash inspirational speaking. I do believe that a lot of what I do is driven from a place of purpose. And therefore, for me, part of my purpose is actually being able to share and connect with others and help them to feel inspired, and that they have the ability to tap into their God-given potential and just grow from there. I'm also, besides all the different hats I wear, wife, mother, be able to share and mentor so many other career professionals, and something I'm very passionate about as part of my own leadership journey, and my commitment to giving back wherever the opportunity lends itself. I'm also the founder of Boss Cities United, a professional development and networking association for women. There you go, rapid the brand. Something again that's just really driven by purpose, Cara. And yeah, I'll stop there. Otherwise, I'll go on forever. I sit on a number of boards and other committees, and it's just been a phenomenal journey so far, but it didn't always start out that way. So, I will say to you that I come from very humble beginnings. Anyone that's heard my story or read my book know that I grew up very poor, living with my mom and three other siblings. She was a single mom. Things were very hard for us. And I don't mean hard as in not having the finer things, but just hard as in the necessities, right? And having to live on welfare, and just not a life that I aspired to, and a life that really gave me the impetus and drive to want to do better and to be more and to become more and to have more. And I make no apologies for that. So coming through that life, I think has shaped a lot of who I am. There's a great, big, deep sense of gratitude in my heart for everything that God has given me the opportunity to not only pursue, but to achieve. And I think that is part of the driving force of the purpose that lives so heavily within me. And I would have kind of gone through obviously secondary education, and then reached this point in my life where I consider it to be a defining moment for me, because I recognized very early that education was the only thing that was going to save me from the life I was living. And I came from an environment where nobody cared about education. So again, go figure how I survived in that environment, being called weird and every other thing, because I just did not fit the mold, right? But really recognizing that, and I reached a stage where I wanted to go to university and was told, sorry, I can't afford it, which was the norm for me. But this time it hurt to the core and set me into a serious depression at that point in my life, in that transition in my life. But God always has a plan, right? And, being able to meet people in my life that have been so instrumental in my journey is one of the things that I'm absolutely most grateful for, because in that moment, I was able to get a temporary position at Barclays Bank at the time, through my mom used to help clean for a gentleman who turned out to be the manager director of the company. And he kind of took me under his wing. And initially I thought I wanted to be an
Wow.
accountant because he could assist him with accounting. So, the
Mhm.
journey evolved from there. Temporary assignment turned into a full-time assignment. And I was fortunate to always land a role where I supported senior leaders. So, people say, oh, you were banking for 13 years. But guess what? I still don't see myself as a banker, because all of my roles were very much strategy or customer experience roles. So ask me about core
Mhm.
banking and I probably won't be able to tell you as much, but I can tell you a lot about strategy. So kind of transition through promotion after promotion every 2 years and kind of taking that kind of a trajectory to which led me to senior management before I left the bank in after 13 years to take up the position at Cape Shepherd, where I have now been for 13 years. So it's been a remarkable time. My time at Cape Shepherd has been by no means other than transformational. Joining a company where the card product that I now manage was almost like a staple for every household family in Barbados, and recognizing that it had so much potential, but yet so many limitations, and being able to kind of have a vision that saw what was declining, a declining business, and literally turn it around and transform and now position it very strongly for growth and whatever comes next. And we have big, big audacious goals for that company. And I'm just glad to be at the helm.
Yes, well, and I know that you guys are going to achieve them, particularly when I think about yourself, as you said, at the helm, and the leaders that you have in the business supporting you. Let's shout out to Carrie as
Yeah,
well.
the real
Another
boss
purpose
lady.
driven, another purpose driven boss lady. So, Ali, thank you so much for sharing that. And, I can't help but
Absolutely.
recognize how much your journey has informed how you walk in purpose. And I wanted to take you to your corporate setting now. How has that journey, that personal upbringing, those personal lessons impacted how you lead in the organization and establish purpose within your company?
Yeah. Great question. I would say to you that when you're going into a space where what you're trying to do is literally against the status quo, there are many things that you face, many challenges, but the best victories come after the hardest climbs, right? And that has been the reality of managing in the environment in which I'm in, where a lot of what we've been doing is self-destruct. So, the level of disruption that is probably the most painful, because I come from an environment where there's a very kind of aggressive nature to achieving the goals, and recognizing that coming into a new culture when I first joined, that I would need to have to manage the pace a bit better. The rate of change, how I push and how I pull in terms of accelerating, because first and foremost, when you are a leader, and that's especially if you're a transformational leader, like I view myself, you have to understand that people are a part of the journey. It's not just about the processes and the systems and the vision where you want to go. Your people have to come along on that journey. And therefore that means, and I guess it's easier for me as a leader who leads from a place of heart. It's really understanding that the continuous improvement is not just to the products and services, but it's to the people, helping them to realize that they can learn and grow as part of the overall transformation. And one of the core things I say to not just my leadership team, but as I'm leading the entire organization, is that the level of growth we have as a business, you should be growing alongside that or faster. That's the kind of way that I manage. So professional development, training, and just initiatives that help the team to feel as though they're part of the process are critical to how I lead and how I encourage my management team to lead, because, there's people have so much potential. And if there's nothing else I've learned in my leadership journey, is that when you have the opportunity to help others to grow and to learn, you should pass it on.